Transportation is so superb.
The level of accommodation is better.
Very close to the Prophet Mosque.
I felt I should still be here to still worship more.
The changes have been so magnificent, so incredible.
Medina was a wonderful experience.
They exceeded our expectation.
For me, the Hajj service scheme is something which we must start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. I am Binta Magaji. The fight to stop the spread of coronavirus is a collective responsibility. Let's be conscious of all precautionary measures to stay safe. Now to the program. Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam. Muslims who have their needs are enjoined to undertake the journey once in their lifetime. Carrying out this obligation will require the observance of certain rites on specific days and in specific places. What are these rites? When and how are they observed? Answers to these and other questions will come your way in our Spotlight segment. Also in the program, we have other regular segments including the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the commission and other stakeholders. These are more shortly. Stay with us. Thanks for being there. We begin the program with a news diary as presented from our studio. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON has called on intending pilgrims planning to use tour operators for the 2020 Hajj to ensure that the companies they are patronizing are authorized by NAHCON for Hajj or Umrah. In a statement, NAHCON Head of Public Affairs Fatima Sanda Usara said the Commission is in receipt of information about tour operators placing advertisements calling on intending pilgrims to make deposits for this year's Hajj and Umrah. In order to protect intending pilgrims from falling victims to swindlers, NAHCON said no one should make payment in respect of Umrah for the year 2020 because it has been cancelled by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As for Hajj, the statement added that Saudi Arabian authorities are yet to take a decision on it. NAHCON therefore advises intending pilgrims for the 2020 Hajj to continue with Hajj registration, but should only do so with licensed tour operators pending the Kingdom's final position. NAHCON says this arrangement does not apply to Nigeria alone. Other countries are taking similar steps to avoid last-minute rush. Nigeria Immigration Service has been called upon to address the challenges intending pilgrims face in obtaining e-passport during Hajj operations. Executive Secretary of Gombe State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Saadu Hassan, made the plea when the newly posted NIS controller, Kodola Gowem in Gombe State, paid him a courtesy visit. The Executive Secretary said the board is having difficulties in getting passport for its pilgrims and urged the controller to assist in solving the problem. Responding, Kodola Gowem said the visit was to familiarize herself with the board in order to enable her discharge her duties diligently in the state. In another development, the Executive Secretary of Bauchi State Pilgrims Welfare Board, Abubakar Babangida Tafida, has called on local government Hajj affairs officers in the state to exhibit high level of integrity in discharging their responsibilities. The ES gave the advice when he hosted the Forum of Hajj Affairs Officers at the conference hall of the board in Bauchi. He said the administration of Governor Bala Mohammed is determined to give the necessary support for smooth Hajj operations in Bauchi State. Speaking earlier on behalf of his colleagues, Chairman of the Forum Rabiu Sani Jaja gave the assurance that members of the Forum will discharge their duties diligently.
لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Nigeria intending pilgrims. Are you aware that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON, in conjunction with Jais Bank and Islamic Development Bank IDB, have organized a standard means of offering animal sacrifice hadaya with ease? Be guided that it is optional depending on the type of Hajj one is performing. Hence, you are urged to seek Islamic scholars' ulama's guidance. The intending pilgrims are cautioned not to make payments to unauthorized vendors who offer attractive prices but may turn out to be cheats. Make your hadaya payment to any Jais Bank next to you in Nigeria and collect your coupon, or to the State Pilgrims Welfare Board where you paid your Hajj fare. This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Alhamdulillah. If you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. To perform the Hajj once in a lifetime is an obligation imposed on every Muslim that has the means and who is also required to meet certain conditions, one of which is understanding the 3 types of Hajj available for them, as well as the key pillars associated with the Hajj. Details in our Spotlight segment shortly. Stay tuned.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Hajj is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. To perform Hajj is obligatory on the Muslims at least once in their lifetime, provided that they have the means to do so.
Meaning that a Muslim cannot be an upright Muslim until he performs Hajj, as long as he fulfills all the conditions. In the Quran, Allah Ta'ala says, وَأَذِّنْ فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. While in Hadith, our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, بُنِيَ الْإِسْلَامُ عَلَى خَمْسٍ. Islam is built, is established on 5 pillars. Amongst them, he mentions Hajj, meaning that your Islam will not be genuine until and unless you try to do Hajj if you fulfill all the conditions.
These conditions include, among others, to be a Muslim, mentally stable, reach puberty or maturity, financially capable, as well as medically sound.
The first thing Allah says is that watazawwadu fa inna khayra zadi taqwa. Say provide. But the best provision is the piety of Allah. Knowing Allah is different from being pious. Satan even knows Allah, but it's not conscious, not pious of Allah. If you are going to Hajj, the first package, the first thing you will load is the piety, that I'm going to serve Allah. Is not for tourism. I'm going there to get reborn. I'm going there to get strengthened in faith. I'm going there to get increased, so that I can be increased. I can get increased in taqwa. Once you prepare that is, you have taken, you have crossed one order. Number 2, provide for yourself in terms of materials. You don't go to Hajj and start begging. Provide for yourself, provide for those who are going to leave behind.
In addition to these, intending pilgrims are expected to prepare themselves on how to perform the rites associated with the Hajj.
Every pilgrim must observe his Hajj according to the way the Prophet ﷺ observed it. Now, how can I do it the way the Prophet without learning? So that means that we have to learn. And that's why I'm calling on all pilgrims that any Hajj performed outside the way the Prophet performed it is null and void. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy, it's a waste of resources. And so let us go and learn how Hajj is performed.
In the course of the Hajj, pilgrims observe a number of rites in order to have a successful pilgrimage. Some of these rites are obligatory, while some are recommended. Hajj has 4 pillars. They are Ihram, or declaration of intention, Tawaf, or circumambulation of the Kaaba, Sa'i, or the work between Safa and Marwa, and the major one, staying on the plains of Arafat.
Ihram is one of the compulsory activity of the Hajj,
Then ihram is just like intention. Then the circumambulation around the Kaaba, that is tawaf. Then walking between Safa and Marwa. Then Arafat. These four are the compulsory activities of Hajj. The other one are highly recommended. Jamrat is not compulsory but highly recommended. You can be represented. Assuming you will not be able to attend, you will not be able to go to storm the Jamrat. Somebody will do on your behalf. It is allowed. But like Arafat, nobody will do on your behalf.
3 different types of Hajj are available for Muslims to choose the one that suits them. These are Hajj Ifrad, Hajj Qiran, and Hajjul Tamattu.
So this is the procedure of Tamattu. You take 2 intentions. The first intention you take at Miqat is the intention of Umrah. After finishing your Umrah, you take off your Ihram garment. On the day you are to assume another Ihram garment for Hajj, you declare intention for what? For Hajj. Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan, and perform your Hajj to the end of it. Number 2 is Qiran. Qiran is performing Hajj and Umrah simultaneously. Combine. Hajj and Umrah combine. A pilgrim who chooses to perform Qiran, when he comes to his miqat, that is the station of taking Ihram, his intention should be Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan wa Umrah. Oh Allah, I have intended to perform Hajj and Umrah. Ifrad means intending to perform Hajj only. So at the point of taking intention, an Ifrad pilgrim should say Labbaik Allahumma Hajjan. Oh Allah, I have intended to perform Hajj.
Qiran is called accompanying Hajj. Accompanying Hajj. That is Umrah that will go along with Hajj. That is Qiran, combining the two together. That is Hajj and Umrah. So at the miqat, where every pilgrim is required to observe Ihram, such a person will have the intention of performing both Hajj and Umrah at the same time without tahallul.
Ifrad is Hajj without Umrah. Qiran stands for Hajj and Umrah combined without break in Ihram. And Tamattu is Hajj and Umrah with break in Ihram.
All other obligatory and the compulsory aspects will be binding on all the 3 types of Hajj.
The 3 types of Hajj are different options to all pilgrims. In all the 3 options, pilgrims must perform the 4 compulsory pillars of Hajj. Intending pilgrims across the world are expected to set out for Hajj from the periods being referred to as Miqatul Zaman. These are the last 3 months of the Islamic calendar, that is Shawwal, Zulqa'dah and Zulhijjah. Another Miqat is that of a location. When pilgrims set out to perform Hajj or Umrah, they are first expected to be in that location for declaration of intention and to assume the state of Ihram before moving to Mecca. Ihram is a pillar of Hajj.
No any intending pilgrim will start them without starting with Al-Ihram. Al-Ihram is, uttering the type, the intention. So it has a place where those intending pilgrims are expected to go and utter their intention there.
We have 5 locations for this Ihram. We call it Miqat. We have 5 locations for it. Those who want to perform the rite, the Umrah or the Hajj, must not pass that place. They should perform their Ihram at that place.
There are 5 mawaqit available for pilgrims entering Mecca from different directions. These are Dhul Khulayfa. This is the miqat for those who live in Medina and those coming from that direction. Juhfa. This miqat is for pilgrims who are going to Mecca from the direction of Syria. Qarnul Manazil. Pilgrims coming from the direction of Najd use this as their miqat. That Irq. It is the miqat for pilgrims coming from the direction of Iraq and Iran, Yalamlam. This miqat is for pilgrims coming into Mecca from Yemen. It is also for pilgrims from China, Japan, India and Pakistan. Pilgrims coming into Mecca with the intention of performing Hajj or Umrah must not cross a miqat without first assuming the state of Ihram. The rites that characterize the Hajj last between 5 and 6 days, starting on the 8th and ending on the 12th or the 13th of Dhul Hijjah. On the 8th, pilgrims move to Mina.
Coming here, mark the first day of Hajj, which is the 8th day of Dhul Hijjah. It is the 8th day. It marks that great time of Hajj. The essence or the history is because the Prophet has done it the way Allah has asked him to do it, and that is why coming to Mina, it is one aspect of Hajj which marks the commencement of Hajj itself. The Prophet ﷺ tells us that Al-Hajj or Al-Arafah, that Hajj is Arafah itself. If Hajj is Arafah, the essence of today, it is to prepare for that Arafat day.
We are now at Arafat.
The 9th of Zulhijjah is the Arafat day, and it is called the day of Hajj. Every pilgrim must be on the plains of Arafah.
Al-Hajju Arafah. Hajj is standing on Arafah, on Mount Arafah. If you perform Hajj, if you do any other thing and you don't stand on Mount Arafah, you have not performed Hajj. If you miss that is the fundamental thing that any pilgrim must do. God forbid, if one is sick, it has to be rolled. He has to be rolled on a stretcher to Mount Arafah. On Mount Arafah, you go to Mount Arafah midday and you combine your Surah and Nasri. You do two rakat, one adhan, two iqama. You want to be there remembering Allah, praising Allah.
The Prophet ﷺ said, أفضل الدعاء دعاء يوم عرفة وأفضل ما قلت أنا والنبيون قبلي لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. The best dua is the dua of Arafah, and the best thing I mentioned, I and the prophets that came before me, is the statement لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. There is no deity worthy of being worshipped but Allah. Wahdahu, He alone. La sharika lah, He has no partner. Lahul mulku wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. So this is the basic dua. The best dua is that of dua of Arafah, and this is what has been mentioned by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Despite that, somebody is not prohibited from reciting the Quran, other adhkar, and supplicating and asking Allah for whatever He wishes.
The pilgrims departed Arafah. On their route to Mina, they come across Muzdalifah. Perform our Maghrib and Isha. Our Maghrib 3 raka and Isha 2 raka. After performing it, no time for supplication, no time for talking. We sleep. We rest until the dawn.
On the 10th, pilgrims are to pelt the Jamara, shave, slaughter animals, and if possible, perform Tawaful Ifada or Tawaful Hajj and Sa'i. Tawaful Ifada and Sa'i are pillars of Hajj. Stoning or pelting of the 3 Jamarat is an essential part of the Hajj rites. Pilgrims are to carry out these Hajj rites from the 10th to the 13th of Zulhijjah. The 3 Jamarat to be pelted are Jamratul Kubra, Jamratul Wusta, and Jamratul Sughra.
So on the 10th day, you are only concerned with the last Jamra, which is known as Jamratul Aqaba, the big Jamra. You stone it how many times? 7. Those 7 pebbles you have taken. When you come to the point of stoning, you stone. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. 1. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Up to how many times? 7 times. When you do this, you are finished with one of the activities of that day. On the 11th day, the activity or the rite of Hajj being performed is the stoning of the Jamrat. You pick 21 pebbles. You may pick some extra. So on that day you are going to stone the three pillars, unlike the 10th day when you stone only the Jamrat al-Aqaba.
After completing the Hajj rites, pilgrims visit Medina or the Prophet Masjid, among other historical sites. Before pilgrims leave for their various countries, they are to perform Tawaf al-Wada, or the farewell Tawaf. In performing the Hajj, there are collective and individual benefits, and also a lot of lessons for pilgrims to imbibe.
Hajj Mabrur is the best Hajj, because the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Hajj al-Mabrur laysa lahu jaza'un illa al-Jannah. Hajj Mabrur has no other reward except Jannah. So it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been pleased with anyone who does Hajj Mabrur. It means Allah has accepted the Hajj, and there will be signs that one will see that will indicate acceptance. One is, it will become easier for one to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all of the things that He has commanded, and it will be easier for one to avoid everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbidden.
The very fact that Hajj is obligatory for those who have the means to perform it only once in their lifetime makes it all the more imperative on Muslims to acquaint themselves thoroughly with the procedures of performing Hajj. Hajj rites are performed strictly in a given sequence of time and place.
Nigeria intending pilgrims. Are you aware that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON, in conjunction with Jais Bank and Islamic Development Bank IDB, have organized a standard means of offering animal sacrifice hadaya with ease? Be guided that it is optional depending on the type of Hajj one is performing. Hence, you are urged to seek Islamic scholars' ulama's guidance. The intending pilgrims are cautioned not to make payments to unauthorized vendors who offer attractive prices but may turn out to be cheats. Make your hadaya payment to any Jais Bank next to you in Nigeria and collect your coupon, or to the State Pilgrims Welfare Board where you paid your Hajj fare. This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
MashaAllah. Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, what is the act of jogging in the first 3 rounds of Tawaf called? The correct answer is Ramal. The winner is Rukaya Dahiru from Naibawa, Kano State. She provided the answer ahead of others. Rukaya Dahiru will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. For this week, the question is, mention the major condition that is required for one to perform the Hajj for another person. I repeat, mention the major condition that is required for one to perform the Hajj for another person. Text your answer to the number shown on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck. Now, let's take some messages from our viewers. Abba Danja from Danjaluku government area of Katsina State sent the first message. The message reads, I am pleased with the efforts of NAHCON towards reducing Hajj fare in order to make it affordable for more Nigerians. I wish you Allah's guidance. The second message is from GSM number 0810-258-3633. The message has this prayer. Inshallah, the 2020 Hajj will take place. May Allah give us the opportunity to witness it. You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our government in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program. As you answer the call, join me same time next week for another package. Good night and thanks for watching.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك